Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
Yes, friends, it is the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we hope to have Julian Mendoza from the Marshall Center for Advanced Careers. We'll have the upcoming events calendar. Mars reviews the Alfa Romeo Tonale.
Tonale. It's a Tonale.
It's a Canona.
It says here it's a toenail. T-O-N-A-L-E.
Tonale. You got to have the Tonale.
Jack Nerad's supposed to join us. I say suppose on these guests because we don't know, and I'm a little paranoid now because Mars has burnt us on one already.
Oh, no.
The first one was not my fault. This one is going to be my fault.
I thought you were on strike, Conrad. You left.
Well, at any rate, it's a mess, and we invite you to
We're working on
stay tuned to the mess to see how messy it really gets. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, who doesn't even raise his hand because he doesn't want to.
Because he's got his hands are dancing on the keyboard.
Oh, man.
He's tickling the keys.
He's got dancing hands.
Magic fingers.
We have King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. At least you joined us. None of our guests have.
40 countries. Count them.
Well, George says, nice decoration, In Wheel Time team. Too bad you guys look more like the Addams family. So we'll give...
So who would you be on the Addams family? I'll be Lurch.
I can be it.
It.
Cousin It.
You got Pugsley down in the end.
And who are you, Jeff?
I'll be...
Wednesday.
I'll be
Festus.
Gomez.
Fester.
Fester. There you go. Fester.
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 Yeah.
Fester.
Uncle Fester.
He was the most popular, I think.
No doubt. Yes. Jackie Coogan.
Yeah.
How did I remember that?
Jackie Coogan. Yeah, it was Jackie Coogan, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay. Making sure.
Now, why do you remember that?
I don't know. I don't know. Who remembers Jackie Coogan?
You do.
You do.
Apparently.
But you're also paranoid.
Been Prevagen's kicking in.
I stopped taking the Prevagen.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Maybe
really
that's a good thing.
Apparently so. I remember Jackie Coogan's.
Hey.
Okay, so we don't have a guest yet. And in the meantime and in between time,
Mars is trying to enter a one-time password, and he didn't have his mouse in the right place.
No, that's for that computer.
Sorry.
Mars has got multiple computers and
He's
cell
got
phones.
things in his ears,
and
all kinds of
dancing
stuff.
fingers.
Somebody asked me not too long ago, what is it that guy in the end down there do?
The guy in the black shirt.
I do all this.
I said, nothing. Because he doesn't do anything.
He's our eye candy.
He is our eye candy. Isn't that it, Mars?
That's it.
Okay.
I like it.
So once a week, Hemmings. Are you familiar with Hemmings?
Doing Hemmings is great. All right, got your scorecard? Get your scorecard.
Get the scorecard ready. Okay, so Hemmings puts out this thing. You can sell your car on Hemmings, and it's an online thing. And you put a minimum amount that you'll take for the car, and you may or may not get that. You dropped your...
Yeah, I saw that.
At any rate, so once a week they come out with the cars that have been sold. And so I take this information, and we kind of have a little guessing game as to what we think
They sold for.
that's sold for. And you can do the same thing. Now, we don't have pictures, but you don't need them because you already know what these cars look like. A 1993 Chevrolet Corvette. So this would be a C4.
1993 Corvette. Okay.
Huh?
Okay? This would be a C4. Mine's a C5. Mine's a...
So this was the
2000.
last year of the C4 before the C5 because there was no 94 Corvette.
Okay, whatever. It's a 93 Corvette. It looks stock. It's got the stock wheels on it. It's white in color. It is a coupe and not a convertible.
Crossfire fuel injection.
Okay? Not the greatest engine in the world, but whatever. A 1993 Chevrolet Corvette sold for, Conrad?
I'll say 14,000.
I'm going to go 17.
Mars is busy. Are you going to join in or
Now,
not?
I'm getting Jack unmuted.
Oh, he's there. Okay. Well, it's sold for $9,250. Now, I don't know what the mileage is on it, but it looks like it's a clean car.
This could be a factor.
I know, but whatever. And then we have the 1967 Ford Mustang. And it looks kind of like a resto mod or something. It's had some changes to it, but all I can see is the front grille.
30.
Anyway.
30.
Yeah,
Mars says 30. What do you say?
Resto mods, you bring in big money. I'm going to say 40.
Okay.
23.
31.5. You win.
Oh, good.
That would be
point.
Mars. Jack, ready?
Yes.
Oh, Jack's ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to pause the sold car roundup.
We are men of pause.
We are men of pause. But before we hit the button to Jack, I had this thing that I wanted to read because I know that we know Jack, but I don't know.
We love Jack.
We do, and but I don't know as if everybody that watches or listens to the show knows about Jack. So I got this off of Amazon. Jack, you can tell me later if it's wrong, but I'm going to read this because I think it's pretty spot on. Jack R. Nerad began his career at 17 as a sports writer for 3 Chicago area newspapers, and he hasn't stopped working since. A prolific writer of true crime and auto-related books, his most recent is Dance in the Dark, a suspense thriller that is inspired by his extensive study of real-life crime. Perhaps his best-known book is Fatal Photographs, the definitive true crime examination of the notorious bathing suit model murder case that rocked Hollywood. Because of its explosive nature, it is now being considered as a potential limited-run streaming series.
Ooh.
In his famous case, the murderer was Nerad's co-worker.
Oh.
I'll have to ask him about that. In a completely different vein, Nerad's latest nonfiction title is The GR Factor, Unleashing the Undeniable Power of the Golden Rule. It outlines a potent philosophy for business and personal success. The former editor of Motor Trend magazine, Nerad is the author of several auto-related titles, including The Complete Idiot's Guide to Buying or Leasing a Car and The Complete Idiot's Guide to Hybrids and Alternative
That's
Fuel
why he
Vehicles.
talks to us.
We see you smiling, Jack. We'll get to you in just a second. Nerad has won numerous awards and honors for his work, including a Maggie nomination for Best Feature Article of the Year, the magazine industry equivalent of an Oscar nomination. The host of the Sports Map Radio Network show, America on the Road, Nerad serves as vice president of the North American Car of the Year jury. He is president of the Motor Press Guild, and he's an active member of Mystery Writers of America. Always writing, he is completing a new crime novel that is due to be published in 2023. So, ladies and gentlemen, there he is, the man that we are talking to.
Yay.
It's Jack Nerad.
Congrats,
Yay!
Well, thank you very much. I feel like I should be laid out in front of you there, with a lily in my palm.
You and
Very
the
nice.
Sues right there.
Yeah, me and the Susan.
Yeah, very nice.
Jack, is all that true?
Yeah, essentially it's all true.
Well,
Absolutely
so we
true.
want to know what the...
The 2023 part about the new crime novel, obviously, is not true because that has yet to be published, but it will be published in 2024. I
And
imagine.
Kathy loved the book you sent her. She's waiting on another one.
Yeah.
Well, that's sweet.
Well,
Glad to hear that.
Well, Jack, it's always an honor and a pleasure to talk to you today. And I guess my first question to you, sir, being the man of knowledge, is what do you think about, first of all, that the United Auto Workers, obviously their strike is coming to an end, or at least we think that it may be. What are your feelings on that?
Well, I think all the big 3 auto manufacturers are between a rock and a hard place. So, that proverbial rock and hard place, right? I mean, they can't have their workers be on strike. Obviously, they're not building cars, and then they're not selling cars, and they're not making money. And even though the industry is gigantic, billions and billions and billions, essentially each month, they can't go long without selling cars or without selling a large number of cars, or they're on the edge. It's a financial problem. On the other hand, if they totally give in to demands of the United Auto Workers and pay their workers essentially a third more, twice as much, depending on how you look at it, much more than their competitors are paying, that's not a recipe for success either. So it's a difficult situation to figure out. And, Ford obviously was the first one to crack here and decide, okay, we've got to make a deal and start cranking out vehicles again. The others are holding out a little bit, but we'll see what happens with that. And it's a difficult situation. For the American economy, it's not as big a deal as it used to be because so many cars, the majority of cars sold in the United States, are built by non-union workers. So that's something to keep in mind, too.
Yeah, and that's my take on the fact that here we've got the Auto Workers Union workers that are building American cars in the United States, and now those prices of those cars are going to rise to the point where I don't think that they'll really be able to go head to head with the quality of cars in many cases that, for instance, a Mercedes, a BMW, a high-end Honda, whatever the case may be, are they going to be able to compete with that?
It's very difficult. I mean, they've got to shave their margins because the market won't let them raise prices very much. We've seen such escalation in prices now. Prices are escalating at the same time. We have the highest interest rates in, 20 years or something like that? Yep. Most people are buying with a car loan, and car loans are 12, 14% for a lot of people these days. That's a very difficult time for car manufacturers. And it hasn't really come home to roost yet, but I think at some point it's going to.
All right, well, let's shift gears and let's talk about something that you have driven lately that impressed you.
Well, I've driven a lot of vehicles lately that impressed me. I just came off the North American Car of the Year testing in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I was there most of the week, and a lot of very interesting vehicles there. I think the Kia EV9, a three-row all-electric sport utility, was impressive to me. I mean, that's an EV of a kind of different type. I think there's only one other three-row out there right now in the marketplace, and three-row SUVs, of course, are the bread and butter of the market. A lot of people buy those. Those are the family vehicles of today. Very impressive vehicle from a lot of points of view, and at the same time, it's expensive for the average household. So, and that is the problem with electric vehicles. I think you guys have all driven them, or you like them when you drive them. I certainly like them when I drive them, but the combined problem of cost and lack of range or lack of flexibility with range are big problems, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, and the fact that the charging stations may or may not work if you can find one.
And the added cost of putting a level 2 charging station in your house doesn't include the cost of the car.
Yeah. Many,
and that could be $5,000 or something like that, depending on what your situation is. And that's a pretty big commitment to put it in your house with the idea that, well, maybe I'll try an electric car, but the next time I'll buy a gasoline car. Well, a study we saw recently, we reported on the radio show, actually, is pretty fascinating. About half the people who own an electric vehicle say the next vehicle they're going to buy is a gasoline-powered vehicle, which I think you guys all get that makes sense. I think having an electric vehicle in the household isn't a bad idea necessarily, but having it as your single car
primary,
or relying on a fleet of just electrics, I think that's probably not the best idea.
Not right now.
Not
anyway.
today.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe 5 years from now, I think that it'd be something to consider, but we'll see how that goes. Have you gotten any insight into your governor running for the presidential nomination?
Well, I have a sense that our esteemed governor, Gavin Newsom, is going to speak at the Los Angeles Auto Show, media day of the Los Angeles Auto Show, which is coming up in November. I think it's the 16th of November. I happen to know that because we're going to announce the finalists in North American Car of the Year, Truck of the Year, and Utility of the Year also at that event. So I have a little insight into what might happen there. That's, the governor's schedule is fluid. Different than my schedule, a lot less fluid.
And there's never been a camera he's not afraid to step in.
And he doesn't impress me as a car guy either.
Exactly true.
Well, and I also understand that you accompanied him on your visit to China last week.
No, I didn't do that. No, I didn't see him on the China visit. I've been to China once. I'm not really eager to go back.
No? Didn't impress you?
Well, it impressed me in a lot of ways, but it also was kind of chilling in a way or two.
Yeah.
That I'm not certain I want to go back.
You should write a book about it.
Back to cars, Jack. Stellantis is pulled out of SEMA. They pulled out of CES and the LA Auto Show.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Don't know what's going to happen after the CES show, the first part of January.
Well, it's difficult times, and I as I was saying, these companies are more on the edge than you would think, and that's a pretty quick way for them to save, $4 or $5 million, maybe more. And in the scheme of a global car company whose turn is billions of dollars, maybe that's not a lot of money, but that's where they're at. They're kind of conserving right now. So interesting stuff, and their future is a difficult one to conceive of. I mean, they're not all in on electrics, but they're not really renewing their gasoline-powered cars, at least as they would normally do. So where does that leave them?
Well, and especially with Mary Barra's interview this week talking about how much GM has lost on electric vehicles, and there is very little consumer demand for them, and that's the direction they're going. Yeah.
I mean, I really worry about GM's direction. I worry about any car company. He has done the same thing, really committed to electrics, and in the short term, at least, and probably in the medium term, that might not be the right play. It's looking more likely that isn't the right play, and you see companies like Ford Motor Company saying, kind of pumping the brakes a little bit on some of its electric.
$3 billion's about enough that we want to lose right now. Let's slow down a little bit.
So
it gets to be real money. That's $3 billion.
What else besides Stellantis pulling out of the LA Auto Show, which was kind of a shock to me? Do you see that happening more and more at new car shows across the United States?
Car shows are kind of on the edge too, and I think auto shows are terrific. I just think they're wonderful, and I remember being as a kid I grew up in Chicago, going to the Chicago Auto Show and spending a lot of time there as a teenager, and just really falling in love with the whole thing. Just the great cars and the elaborate displays, and
and the pretty girls.
The whole thing. It was, exactly. I can't say I didn't like that too. So I love that, and I think it's a great opportunity in a totally non-pressure situation for the average person to go in and try out a bunch of cars and fall in love with a particular car. And this industry depends on emotional attachment to vehicles. Otherwise we'd all drive a Honda Civic or something like that, right? But that isn't what we drive, because cars express us, and the industry needs people to fall in love with cars. And I think an auto show is a great place to let them do that, or help them do that.
Well, I know that last year anyway, that Cadillac decided not to join the Houston Auto Show, and so the dealers stepped up.
Yeah.
They got together and they supplied some cars that the cars were locked, and they had representatives from the dealership there that you could talk to about the car, but they wanted to sell you a car, so it was a different atmosphere. And I fear that is the way that new car shows are going to go. They'll all get together and have a new car show, but it'll all be dealers in the area, the Chevy dealer group, the Ford dealer group, the GM dealer group, however it may be, that they all get together, and it's basically going to be one big sales pitch on every place that you go to see.
I know the Chicago auto dealers put together a consumer drive event that was very successful, and they're probably going to repeat that.
They recently did that with the Cadillac Lyric in the area here a week or so ago, Thursday to Sunday, Thursday to Saturday, and they also do that at the show. They do the drive-in rides.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So, Jack,
I really fear, especially with most of the luxury brands pulling out of auto shows, and that seems more prevalent. I think Porsche has also left the LA show, and Porsche basically had its own exhibit hall at the Los Angeles show. It was one of the most elaborate exhibits. It was always terrific, and again, a place to fall in love with that kind of car. And I think they're missing a bet here, but it's short-term thinking, right?
Particularly out there in LA. I mean, that's
the motor capital of the world out there.
Yeah, and it's a Porsche capital of the world too. I mean,
exactly.
See more Porsches than Chevrolets out here.
Well, Jack, it's always great to talk to you, and thanks so much for joining us today. You're a great guy. We love talking to you, and What's the price of gas out there today?
It's about $5.50
Oh,
gallon for regular.
Yikes! Well, we're right underneath $3.
Yeah, I paid $2.84 the other day.
So
That's pretty good. Yeah, I was in, as I said, I was in Michigan. It was $3.50 or something like that when I was there.
well, the invitation is still open. Come on to Texas. We'll love to have you.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get there and sit with you guys. And thanks for the eulogy today. I appreciate it.
And let us know when you come. We'll have to clean up the studio, get the beer cans out of the back, and all that.
And you can't wait.
Do that.
And you can't wait until Gavin gets completely out of California.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. Thanks again, Jack.
Thanks again.
So much.
My
Appreciate you.
pleasure. Great to see you guys. Have
You
a great
too.
week.
You too. Didn't mean to cut
It's
you
an
off.
amazing guy.
Really
He
is.
truly is a very talented guy, and love talking to him. All right, time now for the events calendar. Conrad has events.
Well, first thing is Northside Mustang Club is having their fall open car show November 4th, and that'll be at Bull Salas Park in New Caney. Labor Day weekend, the 11th or the 10th and 11th, will be the 17th annual Heroes and Hot Rod Veterans Day weekend in downtown Bastrop, held by the Bastrop Area Cruisers. Also on 11/4 is the 4th annual Benefit and Taps and Turbo Cars show at No Label Brewing in Caney.
Tats and turbos.
Taps.
Tap.
Oh, taps.
Tappers?
Oh, taps.
Beer
not
taps.
Beer taps.
Oh, beer tap. I thought it was tats like
Tattoos.
ink, like ink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. Come get inked up. Don can get the Corvette flags on the lower part of his back. Hide that butterfly he's had for years
Why would you know
With
that?
wings.
Why would you know that?
with wings, right? Well, because I've seen his butterfly has now turned into moth.
I don't know that. I
Okay,
need to
let's
know that.
Turned into
Oh, okay.
moths.
And what else?
Anyhow,
Do you have anything else?
Back to you, Mike.
nope, that's it.
That's it. All right. Time now for this hour's car review.
busy,
Mr.
don't bother.
Mars has got a review of the
Oh,
Kia
yeah.
Kona. No, it's not the Kia Kona. It's the Cesar Romero Tonale.
Oh yeah.
It's the 2024 Alfa Romeo. How do you Romeo?
Romeo.
Do it, Jeff?
Romero.
Yeah. Anyway,
Cesar Romero.
the Tonale, the Veloce Tonale E all-wheel drive. That's a plug-in hybrid. That's the best. That's the best Italian I got. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Guido.
So this is a plug-in hybrid 2024, and I wanted to note, I found in my research, 2025 Alfa Romeo will all be electric. They will not produce any more
wow.
gas. It comes in 3 trim levels. The Veloce is the top trim level. It's subcompact 5-passenger vehicle, and it's new for 2024. Got the special PHEV badging on it, the grille, lighting on it. It's got a lot of little touches on it that relate to the heritage of Alfa Romeo. That's wrong.
Notice he's got to talk with his
Yeah,
hand.
I'm
I'm trying. I'm trying to learn how to do that. Anyway, so up front, you're going to find the LED lighting in the front and the rear. Got power heated folding mirrors, the hands-free power liftgate on the back of it, power moonroof. It comes with 19-inch standard wheels, but we had the 20 by 8-inch Grigio wheels that really look pretty good on it because it's got the fatter tires and things on it. Inside, you're going to find you got leather seating. The front seats are heated and ventilated. Got a 12.3-inch color display for the driver, so you're going to have all your gauges and all your meters and monitors are all right there. 10.25-inch touchscreen where the Uconnect 5 is. Surround view camera, your nav, all your good convenience controls are all right there. Got a wireless charger on it, and the Harman Kardon audio will really fill it up.
Had Jimmy's Buffett sound on
Oh,
it.
lots of things on it. Up under the hood, you're going to find a 1.3-liter turbo. Now, this is back to you, Jeff. 1.3-liter turbo that is for the front wheels.
Mm.
The 121 horsepower equivalent electric component of it's for the rear wheel drive.
Ah.
And once you take off in the electric mode, when you shift into second gear, the gasoline motor starts.
Gotcha.
So first gear uses that torque of that e-motor to really get it up and rolling. So you get a combined 285 total horsepower in this all-wheel drive vehicle that's backed by a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, the EPA says on gas only, you're looking at about 29 miles per gallon.
Dang.
If you get the MPGE, the electronic component, it says 77. So it's basically, I don't know, it's kind of around the 30 combined thing. But I drove this thing 287.1 miles, and best I can tell, putting all this together on all the gauges that are on there, I got 26.6 overall mile per gallon equivalent for the week that I drove it. Comes with 3 drive modes, and that's where you get into the whole. One of them I thought was interesting. D is for the dual power, and that's really what you can manually control the EV in the first gear, and then the second gear it kicks in the gas motor.
Did you notice a difference in it?
Yeah, because normally if you to do that, you use the torque of the EV. You're kind of doing the on-ramp the freeway entrance test, and it's already under such more acceleration.
So it wasn't a hard transition.
No, it's not. If you're just in a normal drive mode or in a normal driving pattern in that dual power mode, I couldn't tell.
That's good.
I like the car.
There was a little bit of noise. I mean, you could tell something else kicked in, but other than that, that was it.
I think it's appealing. 2
suspension levels, and all that's based on the drive mode. But overall, it's a sports car ride. It's got a firm ride to it, and no doubt about it. And it's got those performance tires on it, which contribute to that. Overall, the base model price on a vehicle like this is $44,590. The base trim price is $47,495. Now, the as tested price, $57,450 for this vehicle. So if you're looking for something to compare it to,
$57,000.
Yes, sir. That's what it said.
Okay.
You're looking for something to compare it to. Audi Q3. It's a little tough trying to find a plug-in electric hybrid to compare all this to. But if you look at the sizing of it and the pricing, Audi Q3 is at $38,790. The BMW X1's at $41,495, and the Mercedes-Benz GLB is at $42,000 for this Alfa Romeo Tonale vehicle.
Did you have issues? I know both of you had issues with the plug portion of it to the house. Was there anything like that you?
I did not
concerns?
Try and do that.
Did you? Was it a 110 plugger that you had there that came with
it
the
had
car?
that adaptability, but I could never get situated where I could leave it for the 9 hours that it said would take to charge it.
Oh,
why not?
Oh.
Well, just because I'd have to run a long extension cord, and I didn't want to do that. I mean, I wanted to get close enough that the cord would
buy some wires.
They're all right there.
I couldn't find them; they were all in the case. No, just situations where I just couldn't get it situated right to do that.
If you dare, this program is available 24/7 on iHeartRadio. Just search for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and sometimes on InWheelTime.com, but not today. 30-minute podcast at your fingertips on over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets out there. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Tailpipes and Tacos is back. It's been a while, but the popular Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In returns to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, and it's an extra special one. Bring your Hot Rod Classic or Modern Classic to compete for one of the famous Chili Pepper trophies and get a free breakfast taco. Just make a donation of any size to God's Garage and Loopy's will match it. You'll be helping single mothers who need a set of wheels. It's been almost a year in the making, so you won't want to miss Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, November 11th, 8 to 11 a.m. Cruise in, donate what you want to God's Garage, and grab a free Loopy Tortilla breakfast taco. Tailpipes and Tacos only happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy at 703 West Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of the Katy Freeway. It's car show season, and what better way to kick it off than a free taco and camaraderie at Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, November 11th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Proceeds benefit God's Garage.
Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance has the absolute best price that you will find on GM parts plus transmissions and engines. Over $25 million in parts and powertrain inventory and customer service that will be not matched by anyone in the country. Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance, whether you are a drag racer, an oval track racer, a hot rodder, it matters not. Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance will have the best price in the country, the best customer service, and the best delivery times that you will find on your GM parts. It can be on your dock, at your front door in a matter of days. It's Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet, GM Performance, and customer service to boot. Contact our Texas team, Gina Shile-Knowles at 713-907-0906 or Rodney Rodriguez at 512-300-4445. You will not find better service or better inventory in the country. Rogers Dabbs and GM Performance.
Houston's finest cars are invited to another Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, and you're invited too. Show off your personal pride and joy, or just stop in to see the likes of Lucid, Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari, and more. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. It all takes place Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon. This is the perfect opportunity to connect with other car enthusiasts. From BMWs to Bentleys, Corvettes to McLarens, the Car Social is a different kind of show. Talk to the owners. See Gulf Coast Auto Shield's facility. You'll be amazed. Put it on your calendar now. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher.